Hey everybody, Chris, your beekeeper here in the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont. There are some days that stand out in a beekeeping year, and today is one of them. We're going to be sort of cracking open the top for the first time and doing a little work in the hives. I wanted to do a little explanation of what you're going to see out there in the yard today. To start the season, we're going to want to sort of assure the health of the hive. And that's going to mean treating for varroa mites and feeding. We're going to be using Apiguard today, which is a concentrated thymol, kind of referred to as a soft chemical. Thymol is a chemical that's present in things like the herb thyme. And so it's very safe, very soft on the bees, much less harsh than things that I'll use a little later on in the season. I do choose to use this now because it cannot be in the hive during the honey flow. So I can't have honey supers on the hive with Apiguard in the hive. So be mindful of that, my beekeepers. But this is an excellent chance to knock down mite counts before the queen really starts laying and giving mites opportunities to kind of jump in those cells and breed. Once that treatment is in, I'm going to leave a pollen patty, and I'm going to put some 50-50 sugar water in a hive top feeder. It's essentially just a tank with a bit of a mesh seal over it so that the bees can get to the syrup, but don't get stuck in there and kind of drowned in it. I personally use a drop of essential oil, like a wintergreen or spearmint, just because it attracts the bees to it. And some of the more commercial kind of feed treatments have gotten awfully expensive in the last few years. I have tended to find that a drop or two of an essential oil is good enough. Thanks so much. We'll see you out in the yard. Hey everybody, welcome back to Golden Dragon Honey. Thanks for joining us in the yard where we're going to get our first look under the lid here. And put on a treatment. Unfortunately, I tried to open up the top feeders that I mentioned that I'm very fond of. I find that they work well. I unfortunately found that what I ordered was an 8-frame size, and what I got was a 10-frame size. So we are not going to be putting our syrup on today. I am going to note what I'm sure some other beekeepers are going to point out, that it is not the standard to treat for pests and to feed at the same time. This is true. This is my Apiguard. I'm going to put it on open, leave the lid on just like that. As I often find in beekeeping and in life, while there is, of course, there's a true north and a gold standard, unfortunately, I'm adjusting a little bit to slightly different temperatures a little further north and a little further west. So I would love to have thrown on the Apiguard maybe 2 weeks ago and started feeding now. Temperatures are just such that that wasn't really reasonable. So we are going to leave the Apiguard on and open All right, we're going to put on an empty super, no frames in it. This is going to give them some space to walk over that, to drag it around a little bit. We've got the pollen in there. I'm going to be returning those 10 frame feeders and getting us some 8 frames. But fortunately, in the meantime, I also ordered some bottles type feeders. And those are going to be coming on Tuesday. So I'll be able to add those in. And this is it. We've got Apiguard in there now, which is going to help treat for varroa mites. Little friend there saying hi. Which is going to help treat for varroa mites and tracheal mites, which get in. They actually eat the trachea of the bees, and the bees end up starving to death because they can't swallow. It's just a great way to start off the season and knock those mite loads down before the queen really starts laying eggs, which is where the varroa mites breed. We're going to get some food in them. We're going to cause some growth in the hive. And we're going to be able to split this hive into our new bee yard over in Burke. Hope you guys will follow us. Would love to hear your questions about bee treatments, bee feeding, and what we're up to this coming season. Thanks, everybody.